Howdy, folks.
We're live.
We are indeed live. Welcome to another episode of Stack Your Live, which, is just me and RJ, I don't know, waxing poetic on the credit card world. Who knows? But RJ, how are you tonight?
You know what, Matt? I'm well. I've done quite a lot of website building in the last 24 hours. We have a new stackyourpoints.com website with more functionality. We have a new RJ website, which is 2-minute points. I dropped the Ian Miles. I didn't want to make Matt say it every week. Cut down a little bit for him. So I have that. I've gotten a couple of pieces up. I might turn into you for written pieces, Matt, where it's just like, oh, I've put 3 out today and then I don't put any out for like 3 days. So that might be my life now. But I'm enjoying making words again. I spent several years covering women's sports, so it's been a little while since I've written consistently, but it's been nice. And the Red Sox didn't play today, so they can't hurt me.
That's fair. Hockey no longer exists, so there's that.
I feel that. Yeah. Clinton, hello. Good to see you, sir. James, hello as well. Good evening. 9 cruise transactions, though, is like, I hope you're living your best life. Like that might be your best life, sir, and I am very happy for you.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as you're throwing your points over to Wyndham, of all places.
Yeah. There's now Wyndham. And thank you, Keith, for the website. But yes, so we have a new website. I am very, very excited. And technically, so I have iCloud and all of that. I can connect our email and all that, so we could get custom emails. So we can have like trashfire@stackyourpoints.com or whatever we want as our emails. And yes, 2minutepoints.com is my website. I wrote a piece today about like, it's okay if you don't maximize everything, if you don't want to. If you want to, it's between you and your spreadsheet. But if you don't want to, please don't feel a Georgia Dome sized pit in your stomach over a $10 DoorDash credit. So that was my piece today. I also did a tour of my wallet just because I feel like that is something I can always point back to as things change, as I explain different cards. So yeah.
Nice. Nolan McLean does in fact look really good. Here's the thing. Nolan McLean is like 23, 24. He is expected to be the savior on the mound because the Mets always find a savior. I just need him to go out and throw the ball. That's all. I am going to, until the Mets actually like do something, I expect every season is a lost season. We're already starting off in lost season territory where the Mets, I think, are about to lose their 10th game in a row on the next game that they play. So yeah, Nolan McLean, really good. Not my favorite pitcher, but he'll get up there. Actually, he'd probably be in my top 10 at this point.
Who is going to have the worst year, Matt? Your team, which is currently 7-12, or my team, which is currently 7-11.
Probably my team, because my team always has expectations. Whereas like with Boston, they can sort of like reset things relatively quickly.
I mean, they can if their owner wanted to, like, spend any money.
Your team didn't rip your heart out 3 years in a row.
My team has ripped my heart out plenty. We've just also managed to win a few World Series in between. I did not. I thought about doing it, and then I knew that it wasn't going to happen, so I didn't waste my time.
No, I barely want to go to LA now. There's no way I want to go to LA during the Olympics.
Yeah. I've been to LA once. It was fine. I prefer not LA. I am going to the West Coast in a couple of weeks, though. I'm very excited about that. Though the Delta app has been weird lately. Like, it won't give me a place to like put in my order for like the meal I will be having. I don't know where that went, but it is not there. And I know we get a meal because I have taken the flight I am going to take before. So
Maybe you're
I might
into
call.
purchasing basic first class.
There is no basic first class, smartass. There is
Yeah.
not. There is not basic first class. But I might just call Delta and be like, hey, just put me down for the short rib because I actually do like the short rib they serve in first class on Delta flights. It's good. So yeah, I'm doing well, Matt. I watched, as I said to you in our pre-show, I watched your live and I said things out loud a couple of times, forgetting for a moment that you could not hear me. It was very strange. And it wasn't a conscious thing. You would just say something and I would naturally reply and then realize that nobody could hear me. That's how it happened. Would you like to it's first class, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Would you like to talk about with me what you talked about on your live on Tuesday with the 14,000 options of cards that American Express has put on the old survey block?
Yeah, so they did 15 options for the Blue Cash Preferred. So it seems like a Blue Cash Preferred refresh is somewhere in the not impossibly distant future. I say that because the survey can be put out and you probably won't hear anything for at least anywhere from 6 to 18 months, we'll say. Right. And a lot of times, if it's past 18 months and you really haven't heard anything, you can probably assume that round of surveys just didn't get what they wanted. 15 options is a lot. Like the most I think we've ever seen before that was Bilt offered 6 when they were going through their rundowns of their cards. Hilariously, the 3 cards that were produced from Bilt were nothing compared to what they offered in the surveys.
Yeah,
kind of tells me
as somebody who had to do surveys as part of their like undergrad degree, this is classic. We're gonna put the same like 17 things on the board and see what order people want them in.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I don't think that this is like a pure this will be the card. I think the card will look I think ultimately what the card looks like is just going to be Amex doing the things that Amex does because they know they can get away with it. I know the surveys could be promising. I'm still waiting for that Bath and Body Works Visa signature that I saw a survey years ago about that. No, Bath and Body Works still somehow solvent. But so they put out 15 options, right? And I don't expect any of those 15 options to be the final version of the card. I do think that what we're going to get with a final version of the card is a lot of things that Amex is already doing, and Amex is going to lean into keeping as much in-house as they can. Right?
Yes.
I still want the no foreign transaction fee Blue Business Plus that I took a survey for 2 years ago. Well, ideally.
I would like a personal version of the Blue Business Plus, so I don't have to have the Blue Business Plus.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. What I think ultimately they're going to do. Sorry.
Oh, no, I just said I know. That's all.
Got it. What I think ultimately that they'll do is they're going to do a 160. I think they'll do the 160 annual fee because if they can, they will. I think you're going to see the 6 times points either on grocery, the 6% cashback on grocery at either 8,000 in spend or 10,000 in spend. I think they're going to keep the multiplier, just increase the cap modestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because 4,000 gets you an extra, like 3 trips to the grocery store at this point? If that.
Give or take, yeah. Or one good trip to Costco. But I understand Costco is not on there. I'm just talking in general.
Yeah. So you're going to get that. You're going to get probably the 6% on streaming, and they'll keep that uncapped. Or they might cap that at like 6,000 or 10,000, 6 and 10,000, even with a bunch of like NBA Pass. If you buy NBA Pass and NFL Red Zone and YouTube TV and MLB at Bat and MLS Kickoff, and you buy, I don't know, whatever the same one for Formula One is, I still don't think you would get close to 6,000 in spend. I think you'd spend a lot, but I don't necessarily think that you'd get to 6,000.
It would take it would take a lot
Yep.
to get there. I mean, I pay for an ungodly number of streaming, and I'm still nowhere close.
Nice.
That's nice. But yeah, I do an ungodly amount of streaming, and I'm still not there. So I think it's more for like the idea of a household where like you have, you know, one sort of central group paying for a bunch of people streaming. Or they're just sometimes you put false things on there, right? Like if you have 6,000 in streaming, but no person can rightly get to 6,000 in streaming, you don't really have 6,000 in streaming, but it looks good on a press release, right? Like it looks like you're getting more than you actually are.
Yeah, or like, oh yeah, we uncapped it, but we uncapped like, oh yeah, we capped it, but we capped it at a number that we know that 99% of people will never hit.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
I have a very fair question for you, Matt.
Sure.
Why does American Express have cashback cards? Like, why? I genuinely am asking because as somebody who as somebody who has a bunch of Amex cards, right? Like I just put out, you go to 2 Minute Points, you can see my entire wallet. It's all up there. I have a lot of Amex cards. Literally the first chunk of cards are just American Express cards. Why? Because I don't understand why they have these cards. I do not understand the necessity to their business model. I don't understand. They don't care about them particularly much, even when they're doing surveys like this. I get this point, and I'll come back to it.
Yep.
But I do not think, like, if you want to do it to where, I don't get why they have them. Again, guys, I understand. I get what you're saying. I do. That's not my question.
Why? There was a time frame where Amex was sort of tapped on the number of premium card holders that they could get, and the premium cards at that time were the same premium cards that you have now: the green, the gold, and the platinum. There were the people who saw the value there. There were the people, and those people were a very, very small portion of the overall number of customers that use credit cards. And American Express needed to expand out. And one of the things that, one of the easiest ways to sign people up for credit cards would be promising cashback and presenting cashback as a model. So they created cashback cards. Like they created the Cash Magnet as an industry matching at the time. It is no longer the case, but at the time, they introduced the Cash Magnet as an industry matching 1.5% cashback card. They did the same thing. Like they presented the Everyday, the Blue Cash Everyday and the Blue Cash Preferred as alternatives to the Everyday and the Everyday Preferred, and better earning alternatives to the Everyday and the Everyday Preferred on the cashback side of things. I think where a lot of people look at American Express weirdly when it comes to cashback is other banks will provide cashback, whereas Amex doesn't. Amex gives you statement credits, and a lot of folks, and yes, I know, before the comments light on fire, I know that a statement credit is as good as money in the bank. I know that. For a lot of people, it doesn't light up the brain the same way that I turned my spend back into money, back into my pocket. They are functionally equivalent, but they are not cognitively equivalent.
The reason I don't do cashback is because points make my brain go burr. Like
Right.
I completely get what Matt's saying. And guys, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I ask questions not because I want the obvious answer. It's because I want Matt and I to have a conversation. I promise I'm not an idiot. I swear.
I just play one on TV.
I just play one on TV. I just play one on YouTube. Yeah. Look,
I hope
you and
not.
I can. You and I have had. Look, I don't drink anymore. I got to get high where I can. Dopamine works. I understand you don't like the statement credit. I completely understand. And I understand from a point of view of I need $1,000 real quick and I have that in, Chase points or whatever, and I can just hit the button and get it is great, right? Like I get that. And I understand the capture the market and I understand all of that, right? But American Express is historically is very good at certain things, right? The gold card is a legitimately, for a certain segment of the market, is legitimately a very good card. Why do they not have a cashback gold card? And I don't mean a one-for-one comparison, right? But I mean, if you literally have two cashback cards and they're not particularly competitive. That's my point, right? Like, if this is how you're going to do cashback, why do cashback at all? You know what I mean? That is my point.
Because they still want to get because of how they approach cashback and they approach ways to cash out, especially the 0.6%, 0.6 cent per point statement credit cash out on the points earning cards, and membership reward dollars only as a statement credit. Like, it keeps the money in the system for them. So like money doesn't come out. Money gets erased off, yes, but it's like Emmerich's membership reward dollars is a functional version of Built Cash. It is a currency that they get to control at all times. They allow you to wipe away your bill a little bit because you'll never be able to out earn what you owe on your statement credit, but you can apply your cash back as a statement credit whenever you want. So it's a way to, it's a liability, but it's not nearly the liability that it would be for Chase or Wells or Citi to cash out. And Chase has limited their liability because you can't cash out those points and just send them to a Wells Fargo account. Now you have to send them into a Chase. You have to have a Chase account to cash that out for money.
Right. It's still not answering my question. Is not
why do they do it? Because they still want customers.
Okay. Let me rephrase the question, because the chat has not answered it and you have not answered it. So I'm asking the question poorly. Why are they bad at it then? If they want to do it, why are you this bad at it?
Because they don't need to be good at it.
That is not an acceptable answer.
That's not an acceptable answer to you. Amex doesn't have to have an industry-leading cashback card.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you because we're doing a fucking live, dude. Like, you gotta give me something here.
I understand that, but like, again, they don't have to be good at it. Like, they can choose not to be good at it. Until Apple decided that services needed to be a thing that they needed to focus on, how good was Apple at services?
Apple has historically been very good at services. The problem has become, historically, Apple has been very good at services. They have started pushing prices to their services, which is not the same as being good at services.
Okay. Amex
again, guys, I know the fucking answer to the question. I'm asking it so we can have a conversation. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm not going to be able to answer the way you want me to answer.
The answer is they should be better at it. Like I'm just trying
Why
to have a
should they be better at
conversation,
it
Matt.
though?
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. I was trying to put a topic up that we could talk about since you went through all the cards on Tuesday. I was just trying to have a conversation, dude. That's all I was trying to do. It
Okay.
didn't have. I was just trying to have a conversation because I wanted to take it in a different twist. You guys telling me I understand what you guys are saying. That's not my question. I get it. I don't know what else to say on it. I was trying to put a topic forward. That's all.
Okay. So what do you think they'll end up doing?
I think we'll probably not say something for a solid year. I think they have. You don't put 15 options out if you know what you want to do. Even if you're just comparing 15 cards that are relatively the same and just like putting credits up against each other, you don't put that many.
Yeah.
You don't put that many things up. You just don't.
Yeah. I think they're just gonna keep everything in house. Like there's mention of a $10 monthly resi credit. They could do that, and that would just be shitty of them, but like they do that. They do that on the Delta cards.
I mean, a $10 resi credit is still $120 a year off of 160, 135
Yeah.
Annual fee. Like I understand people don't like coupons. I don't know if you're getting one of these cards because you're couponed out, right? Like if you have the platinum or the CSR and you have that much to track, I totally get it, right? Like I get why I have these cards, right? I get it. If you're getting this card, I don't necessarily like going in what this card is, right? It's not the platinum where you get 5x on flights, right? You're getting a little bit off of several lifestyle things to a certain cap, right? Like that to me is a different, as we've said, as we keep saying, it's a different market segment, which means that they're going for different priorities. The people most likely to get these cards are not also getting a platinum in the same breath to where they have to balance so many credits.
Yep.
I think it's signaling they're trying to compete with certain things like the business CSR, the business venture. Like Amex didn't like the welcome offer on the platinum is very high, but this is what 60% higher, 40% higher, something like that. It's 20,000 versus 50,000. Like Amex didn't like break these numbers first. Capital One and Chase were both higher before this card. So I think for them, they needed to replace the plum with something, or they wanted to replace the plum with something.
Yep.
And their idea was, well, Capital One is doing X, Chase is doing Y. This is a market we can compete in. So I don't necessarily think all of their cashback cards are going to be super high value or super high annual fee, but I do think on the business side, again, as we talk about fairly often, like on the business side, the rules are different. Like, why not make the people who are going to get these cards pay more? Like from their point of view, right? Because you're taking a lot of protections away and people have shown they're willing to do this. Plus, you now have like, go into your Amex app and look at it. They have so much more data now of what you're actually buying. So if you try to, buy $50,000 in gift cards, they're probably going to shut you down now more likely than before. And they were also already pretty likely to do that.
Yeah, if you did stupid stuff, they were going to find their way into not letting you keep doing stupid stuff. In the vein of like, hey, I run a credit card YouTube channel. No, in the vein of, hey, I happen to run a small business. I would like to hear more about your cards. Yes, I have had people reach out to me. I think my small business concierge or whatever His name was Alex, from the Phoenix area, and like he set me up with my Blue Business Plus. Ask me how much I touch my Blue Business Plus these days. It's not a lot.
I don't know if I would use Glam, but they're definitely more into higher spend. People with higher spend, like think about the caps they have on like the Blue Cash every day. Like if you're spending what Craig is, he literally could hit the 6,000 cap in a month.
Yep.
Like, I mean, in a summer month when he's doing some barbecues and stuff, he could probably hit that cap in a month. Right? So that card is nothing for him. Even if it was 12% cash back, like he'd hit the 12% and then he'd either have to get 7 of them, which he can't really, regardless of what Amex says, with lifting that limit, or you're just done with that card in a couple of months. So it becomes this thing where you putting those caps limits who's going to take them anyway. The thing with the platinum, the gold, and the green is they're technically charge cards, even though you can kind of turn them into credit cards, but they are charge cards, which requires you to pay your balance. Yeah, that is still weird to me.
Yep. Yeah, so Craig and Amex it's a little bit fun. But
my guess is it tipped an algorithm somewhere in the back end that'll get eventually sorted out, but it is not fun when you're dealing with it.
Not at all. So we'll find out more, I'm sure, when life isn't lifing so hard for Craig. But yeah, I mean, I think the Blue Cash Preferred, we probably won't see it for a while. I'm going to imagine that they're just going to go as high as they think they can get away with it. So maybe it's 160, maybe it's 145. They'll keep the multipliers on streaming and grocery the same. They may add a multiplier. Maybe it's transit, because not a whole lot of companies are doing transit. Like it's Wells, it's sometimes Chase, less so now on the Sapphire Reserve. Citi, but only on the custom cash, and I don't remember who else has like a strong transit category. My Blue Cash, but I got my Delta. Ooh, didn't really care since I don't. Yeah, and then like they'll probably throw in the Walmart Plus membership, since they already have the Walmart Plus relationship. They'll cover you up to $99 out of like what, $155, so you're responsible for $56. Pretty simple. And I'm sure you could buy it, re-up it with a Walmart Plus offer that Amex seems to get relatively frequently.
Yeah.
Maybe the Resi credit. I don't know about the Pets.com credit. And then 5% on the travel portal would make a lot of sense, because they want more people in the travel portal.
Honestly, what they should do is just take the platinum, the gold, and the green and just make a cashback version of them. Like even if they modify it somewhat and put caps on it, like they could do very well with sort of quote normal people by just doing that.
Yeah. But we'll see what they end up doing. I would not pay $150 for a cashback version of the green, but I also wouldn't pay $150 for the green.
Yeah. But I also think it completely depends on one. I don't think they would keep them, like if you're doing it as cash back, I think the annual fees come down.
Yeah.
Like the cards would have to be somewhat modified, but you could do basically a green, gold, and platinum.
Yeah. I don't know what they'd look like,
I think they need more personal cards in general. Like outside of Hilton, outside of Delta and Marriott, they have 5 total cards that are not partner cards on the personal side.
Yeah, green, gold, platinum, Blue Cash Preferred, and Blue Cash Every Day.
Yeah, everything else has been sent to the wallet in the sky.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll keep supporting those cards forever.
Yes. I really want somebody with a Zinc card to like see if they can. What is that color?
This is Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut. It's back.
So I got Coke Zero Cherry Float. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
really
I like
good.
it.
Oh, I love that one.
I like Coke Zero Cherry. I don't know if the float part is for me.
I actually really like the cherry float. Cherry's fine. It's not my favorite, but like I don't like the taste of Coke Zero. John, how's it going? Hope all is well. Yes, I have. I haven't found the zero sugar version, so like I haven't. I haven't had this. Yeah, I haven't had the zero sugar version. The regular version tastes like cream soda, so that's fine. I just try to limit the amount of calories that I consume in terms of soda, because soda is literally empty calories. Like it's just corn syrup.
Yeah. I have a 12 pack of it. I keep drinking it in hopes that like I will decide I really like it. I keep trying.
I like the cherry float. Cherry's fine. Before the live, I went out to the grocery store and picked up a 12 pack. I saw that Creamy Coconut was back, and I loved this flavor last year. I bought a 12 pack of the cream soda from Dr. Pepper, a 12 pack of Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, and 2 8-packs of the cherry vanilla prebiotic Pepsi.
Move your mic back away from you just a little bit. See if that helps.
Is there still reverb?
It sounds much better.
Okay. The coffee and Coke wasn't bad.
I don't think I ever had that. I
Wasn't
will
the
drink
greatest.
coffee. I will drink Coke. I don't know if I want those flavor profiles together.
I can roll with it.
I do need to buy coffee. Speaking of that, I gotta figure out if I have any offers.
I just started the La Colombe offer the other day.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's French and it means the dove. I know that it means the dove. I haven't pronounced it properly yet. I know that Keith put up a proper pronunciation guide for it, and I'm usually good at pronouncing French. I just can't pronounce that word.
I have had, I think I still have a Stumptown coffee thing in one of my Amex cards. I don't know if I've had them before. But I need coffee. There needs to be coffee in my life.
I have to see something. Go to my sponsors. Whoa! How the hell did that happen? Oh, what? Oh, okay. Sorry, I just noticed like 1,000 points hit my Rove account. I'm like, where the hell did they come from? And then I remembered why I just got 1,000 points.
The official Matt does a thing. It's fine.
I'm expanding my duties with that thing.
I need to go through I really need to go through my offers, because what I usually do is put any offers that I really don't want, or offers that are completely not applicable to me, just on my Delta business reserve, just because it clears them out of every other card, so I can go through and see the new. I do have a spend 60, get 15 back on Olipop. I've never tried that one before.
Olipop's alright.
All right. Spend 30, get 6 back twice on Stumptown Coffee. So there is that. So I do have that as an option. But I need coffee. I have 1 box of Pete's left right now.
I could use far more coffee purveyors with Rove. No, I did the La Colombe because there's this local roaster I love. I've loved, but I don't know. And they're at like flea markets and farmers markets and stuff like that. So like you would think that they're like sort of on the up and up in terms of ideology. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Rupert, really interesting. I think it's because of their partners.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, does it?
Apparently it works for Rupert. I
Oh.
won't say anything if you won't.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Yeah.
Uh,
But Bear Mountain Coffee, really good. But I saw like they did a blend that featured a guy I don't like, and or at least I remember seeing that. So I've been shying away from buying more coffee from them. So I did the offer on my Sapphire Reserve. Where I'll be getting
that's
20%
fair.
back until I hit $250 in cash back.
Yeah, I feel you there. Sometimes, you gotta do things. Let's see. I'm just going through all of my offers trying to find coffee. This is
There
my
you go.
life. Yeah. I gotta go see if it's on a card. Like, I remember seeing the Pete's John. I just don't remember if I put it on some card or if ooh, I gotta, oh, that's not enough of a discount.
All this to say that
Yeah.
like the way that Wells Fargo does their card linked offers, way better because it just applies to all their cards.
If you use something like card pointers, you can get that to happen too.
Yeah. Is the Robinhood Platinum the first sign of the apocalypse? No. No, the first sign of the apocalypse happened in 2007, 2008.
No, the first sign of the apocalypse happened with some hanging chads.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go back to, the former governor of California.
Yeah. No, I would say the 2007, 2008 fiscal crisis, and then we're about to see another sign of it when the AI bubble pops. I'm going to go with second sign for now, just because it's not readily available and the AI bubble hasn't burst yet.
I mean, the .com bubble, I think, might be before the 0708. I think we got to go .com, and then then 0708 would be the second sign. So we're on to 3. We might need to give Buffy Summers a call and be like, "Hey, I don't think you're doing your job."
I don't know. At that point, if there are officially 3, I'm just going to start looking for real estate in Idaho because Idaho got bunkers.
It does in fact have bunkers. Yes, that might be one of the things it's known for, other than basketball. No, that's Iowa. Sorry.
Idaho bunkers. Idaho doesn't have as many bunkers as Albania, but it's real damn close, and I don't have to go to Albania.
If oil got to $400 a barrel, bad things would happen.
It's on its way.
Yeah. So what else is going on in the wonderful world of travel, Matt, other than Delta and AA and United might be one company by the end of the decade?
We are impatiently awaiting the sudden collapse and the sudden and like not unexpected collapse of Spirit. Apparently, Spirit could be in liquidation by this time next week. I was being facetious, but like $200 a barrel is probably going to happen. Yeah, Spirit's going to go bye-bye. If you're asking a question, you're okay. No, understood. Anyway, we've got Spirit. We've got credit card offers ending in the next week or in the next 2 weeks. The World of Hyatt business card ends in 2 weeks. The Freedom Unlimited ends in 2 weeks. The Aeroplan card has a 75,000 point offer. now. That's a new one. IHG Premier Business ends in 2 weeks. I don't know. Again, it's slow week. It was tax time and not a whole lot. Like the biggest thing that happened this week was Wells adding Wyndham at 1-2.
Yeah. I'm glad they added. I go back and forth with Wyndham, right? Because I think they can get you some good value. I just don't know how practical they are for most people most of the time.
Wyndham? I mean, yeah, the best time to have done it was 20 years ago. The second best time is now, and we're still not going to do it. It is what it is. Yeah, if Spirit couldn't survive the judicial or the Justice Department in 2004, or not 2004, 2024, I don't know that we're going to see any other. I don't know that we're going to actually see the big mergers that people are anticipating. Like there's talk of United buying American, but how that's not very likely.
Oh, I don't think any of it's going to happen. No. Not among the big three. I do see United buying JetBlue though.
Possibly. Who will get the Spirit gates? That's going to depend on who can afford them.
I just imagine a big rock, paper, scissors game.
Well, you're going to have Allegiant and Sun Country bidding for some of them. You're going to see Frontier bidding for some of them. You're going to see JetBlue bid for them. Delta. You're going to see bidding for all of the slots. Like wherever they had slots, whoever can sort of make the right bid at the right places. Yeah, but if we had started 2 decades ago, we wouldn't be a decade out now.
Did you know Jimmy Carter had solar panels at the White House? We could have all had solar panels on our houses by now.
Yeah, they were put up in 77. They were taken down in 81. Mm-hmm. Or sorry, they were put up in 78. They were taken down in 81. Mm-hmm. And nobody else put them back up. Nobody ever talks about that part.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't see the big mergers happening. One, I just don't think like the companies want to expend the type of money that it's going to take in order for them to actually happen.
Oh no, do you really want to see Delta put up Sky Miles as collateral for that sort of loan?
No, I don't. I don't want that at all.
Mileage Plus points put up for collateral for them to finance a takeover of Advantage.
Can you get AA shares on the Mileage Plus X app?
You know, I'm honestly amazed you can't buy shares there.
No, I think that's a whole other place of regulation.
Yeah, but again, like we had 30 years to figure this out. Like we had 30 years to design and implement the long-term transfer. We had 30 years to like make battery technology a thing. We chose not to.
We did.
Yeah. So, and they've been 10 years out for 40 years. They've been 10 years out for 40 years because we've chosen to make them 10 years out for the last 40 years.
But we're going back to coal in West Virginia, Matt.
It's fine. It's another state I could chisel off and just sell for parts.
It would be hard since it's landlocked to sell off.
Fine, I'll just sink it.
I mean, with the amount of drilling they've done in that state, it might not be that hard to do.
Cool.
Here we go.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, we had a Blue Cash preferred rumor. We had, no, it's not even a rumor. We just had the surveys launch. There's really not much else going on. Like Southwest card holders can earn 2 times companion pass qualifying points right now on home improvement purchases. The Venture business card got rebranded from the Spark Miles.
Yeah, I sent this to you at one point, I think. It's still a mess of cards though. Like if you go to the Capital One site right now, this is the lineup that they have still publicly available. You have the Venture X Business, you have the Spark 2% Cash Plus, you have the Venture Business, you have the Spark 2% Cash, you have the Venture 1 Business, you have the Spark 1.5 Cash Select, and then you've got the Spark 1% Classic.
Here, let's put those all up on screen real quick. So, yeah, we got the start. Yeah, we got this one with the 150 annual fee. We've got the Spark 2% cash with no intro annual fee, the 95. This is the one that's going to get renamed to the Venture Business. Spark 1.5, I think, is going to be renamed to the Venture 1 Business. Oh, nope, they've already got the Venture Business up. So
no, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 business cards right now.
Hooray!
Just straight up non-co-branded. They have 7 of them.
So these two are going to get taken away. This one is probably going to stay.
No, it's still up. I'm looking at the website right now.
No. I have the website up sharing. I'm sharing the website right now.
No. I mean, I don't think they're going. I think the Spark 2% Cash Plus and the Venture Business and the Spark 2% Cash, I think they're all staying.
Oh, as cashback plays while they added the Venture Business and the Venture 1 Business just as miles earning options. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. Sorry,
I think
because there were Spark versions that made that were miles. It was Spark Miles. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm dumb.
It's okay. It's like, no, they're keeping them, Matt. They're keeping them.
This freaking company, man.
So now you have 3 Venture cards on the, but look at the bone. So go to, what is it? The Spark 2% Cash Plus. Earn 4,000 or more in bonus when you spend $500,000 in your first year.
I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
$500,000.
Yeah. I mean, the fun part was up until like they launched the Venture Business and the Venture 1 Business, like the Spark cards were always business cards. And they mean business, not business.
Yeah. They also report to your personal credit.
Yeah, that's also a problem.
Which does not make people happy.
Is Bass Pro Shop going out of business? Are
they?
Temple to Guns? I don't know.
I can't imagine. Like, as far as I know, they're not.
The way they dodge taxes, I doubt it. Still waiting on the Saber X since they won't give me more than 900 on the Saber. In C1 defense. Well, in C1's defense, I did PC from the Platinum, which was my first credit card ever. Oh, damn bucketing. Well, you should be able to move some of that limit off of your Venture X over to your Saver. That should be possible at this point. And it doesn't matter that it's Visa to MasterCard, because I split half of my Saver, or like I took a quarter of my Saver's credit and I moved it over to my Quicksilver, and that's how I evened out their credit lines. So you should be able to do that, no problem. And yes, I still have
a lot of things you should do. You should be able to do with them that may or may not happen.
I had no issue doing it, and I could do it in the app. Like, I didn't have to talk to a person. It was beautiful. James, check your app. See if you have the ability to do that. Or just close that card if it isn't helping you. You can also do that. And you can reapply for the Saver. Like, since you product changed to it, you would technically be eligible for the welcome offer.
I don't know if you can move limits on US bank cards. I don't ever remember seeing it in the US Bank app, but that doesn't mean that it's not there.
I don't do business with US Bank, so I don't know.
My phone is currently my camera, or I would look on the app. But I don't know. One, I'll check it when I get off the live and put it in the Discord. Feel free. Do you have a budget? I do a per trip budget. Like if I'm gonna do a trip to X, Y, or Z, I'll have an idea of what I want to spend for that, but I don't have like I only will spend, $5,000 a year on travel. I don't have that type of budget for it.
Yeah, I would like to be able to set aside a certain amount for for it in terms of cash, but usually I just look at what it's going to cost and just see what ways I could possibly do to cut corners if I'm worried about cash. The other thing that I'll do is just book a flight on points and then use cash to upgrade my seat. You can do a really quick and easy, at least with JetBlue, you can do like a really quick and easy, cheap, like 10,000 point flight in regular like blue, and then you can just pay to move up to the extra legroom seats. And it's like anywhere from 40 to $140.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is dependent. I try to do a trip every month, whether it's just for like a one night on a weekend or whether it's a longer trip.
Mhm.
So for me, it really is going to depend on, am I doing it myself? Am I doing it with other people? All of that. So I don't really have, it would be difficult for me to just like put X amount away and just use that versus like as the year unfolds, do different things.
Yep. No, I don't think US Bank has the technology to do it. I'd be surprised. So the venture business cards will not be coming to the Discover card. Will not become Discover credit cards. At the moment, business cards are not going to be moved to the Discover network for now. I don't think that, I don't think it'll be an immediate thing. Them moving their business cards over would probably be like a 5-year plan, 3 to 5 year.
Yeah. I also think like it's one thing if you go to dinner and it says we don't take Discover. It's a
Yep.
whole other thing if you're in a business and your business card can't be accepted everywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yeah. And Keith was talking in our Discord about Amex, and Amex has better acceptance than Delta by and large. So, I can see them wanting, it's also a completely different pool of people, right? Like in theory, the business side should be a more quote serious group of people. So, there's that.
Yeah. But at the moment, no, they're not going to be moved over. Again, that's going to be part of them building out the network. I think they're moving their lower end cards to subsidize building out the network to eventually move the higher end cards in time.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought JetBlue and Breeze were the same. Started by the same guy. And same color scheme. They're both blue airlines. What is happening in Illinois in cards? I am not sure.
So there's a law, I want to say it goes into effect on July 1st. I think that's what I read. It basically says that you can't charge a swipe fee on tips and taxes, I think are the two that are getting called out. And people are big mad. And by people, I mean banks and processing. They're saying it's going to cost more to figure out how to not do that than it's worth. And they're going to have to, nuke different benefits and things like that. That is what I read on it this morning briefly.
Yeah, so the Interchange Fee Prohibition Act, scheduled to take effect July 1st, 2026. This law aims to ban credit card swipe fees on the sales tax and tip portions of transactions, potentially saving retailers money, but sparking fierce opposition from banks. Federal regulators are moving to block the law, citing potential credit card chaos for consumers. This is just the Gemini overview. It's really simple. The banks are crying foul because they're not going to get 2 to 3% on taxes and tips, which they probably shouldn't be entitled to.
No, it is I have to imagine from a software perspective, it's not something that they're particularly equipped to handle right off the bat, but they also like can figure it out.
You can code a solution in 20 minutes.
It's not like when the UK says you need to put an encryption in something that can't have that happen. Like you got to put a backdoor in this. Like that is not always feasibly possible, but this is.
Yep. No, it's you just take the subtotal. Like the computer already spits out what the subtotal, the taxes, the after tax amount, and you would write in the tip and then the final amount that would be due because you add the tip to the after tax amount. So it's really not. What would keep the business from ringing up the whole bill as a tip? They would have to still pay taxes on everything. They would still have to report the income.
Yeah, I think he's saying to avoid the swipe fee. Like if you're a business who doesn't want to pay the swipe fee, just ring the entire thing up as a tip. However, I think the thing is Amex, Visa, and MasterCard will notice that. If you're suddenly doing no transactions and everything is a tip, they're going to very quickly notice that.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I want. Yeah, also, basically.
It is pretty blatant fraud. And as much as crime is now legal, like businesses committing fraud is probably not the best idea. And it's Illinois, like they would actually prosecute.
Yeah. I also I do think that like Amex, Visa, and MasterCard would be pretty quick to crack down on people if they start putting things through. Right? Like if we realize that like, suddenly people are tipping $500 on a $5 bill. I think they're gonna figure that out real quick.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think that the software that's used for the POS is going to be like you'd have to ring it in a very certain way, and the POS company would see what's going on, and I don't think they would even accept that.
I mean, there are people who get a $20 lunch and then give a $200 tip every once in a while for like whatever. I have my best friend and I, when we go out for each of our birthdays, we tip like 100%. Like instead of buying each other gifts, we just are super nice to whatever waitress we get that day or waiter that day. But like that is still 100% on a bill that's like 40 or $50, right? Like it's not like we're doing the opposite where we're giving a $500 tip. So yeah, I think there's no way.
Yeah, that restaurant's ridiculous.
No. Yeah, she hates buying like being bought gifts, and we go to a bunch of local places, so we just tip super well. We buy each other lunch and tip super well, so it's cool. But yeah, I do think COVID, but you also, I've started noticing just in life, like people have gotten, I think, less tip positive. Like when you go, get a coffee and they swirl the thing around and like the options for tipping are like 25%, 30%, 35% or whatever. Like a lot of people are just hitting no tip now. Like they'll do custom and they'll put in no tip.
Oh yeah, because like coffee shops are one thing, right? Because there is like they have to make the coffee. Um and part of it used to, like, I used to be a barista at Starbucks, so like part of it was maintaining that, you know, friendly atmosphere,
Yeah.
and providing that. So like the tips are in recognition of that. But like ordering online, when you order through the app and you're just picking up through the app, like why would I be adding an extra tip? Why is the expectation for an extra tip on pickup? Why is there the expectation, like, um not that I won't tip, but like one of the local pizzerias has an online, like I can order online, I can go pick it up, and it's like part of the checkout is still expecting you to leave a tip.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So as banks move to enclose you in their ecosystem, do you think more exclusive? Yeah. If Chase can go back to making points boost, can make points boost more profitable, um, they absolutely will. If Amex can add in the ability to get, guarantee 1.25 cents per point in the travel portal, they will. Um, they're going to do exclusive perks. They'll do elevated earnings, I'm sure, in some form or fashion. Um, Amex right now doesn't do anything when you put the 75K spend through your platinum card, but if it means, if it means that they'll get 5% more spend, they might give you a 10 to 25% boost on your points earned, making it a 1.25x effective earner. Like you're already seeing the business card add perks like, hey, if you spend at least $5,000 on a transaction, it goes from 1x to 2x. They're going to, you're probably going to start seeing banks do this. You're probably going to see Amex and Chase start, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Capital One once they get the Discover network kind of growing and more productive, doing the same thing. The only bank that might get away with not doing, the only bank that might not do that right now is Wells Fargo, and they're going to make up for it by like being the point transfer king in the not too distant future.
Yeah. I also think that like some of it is they do want to trap you, especially I think more so than the others, Amex and Chase do, right? They're at the top of the pyramid. They'd like to get you in and not have you with the other.
Yeah.
And I think that we've seen it with Chase so far with their rebrand. As bad as the CSR rebrand was for certain points, I do think that the extended portal earnings and how they're doing things there was sort of a sign that of their thinking overall.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Amex is gonna have some things come out in the next year.
I will say something bold right now. Chase. I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years Chase doesn't care about transfer partners at all, and they just do everything through the portal.
I think they're still gonna have to care about the partners they have cards with. I think they're gonna care much less about the partners they do not have cards with.
Yeah, but even then, they'll want to reward you more for booking and doing everything through the portal, as opposed to, you know, 1-to-1. Like, yeah, they'll keep 1-to-1 with Hyatt and United and Southwest, but if they could give you more value through their portal and have you spend more through their portal, they're 100% going to do that instead of worry about maintaining 1-to-1 or keeping as many partners as they do a 1-to-1. And they're willing to lose partners.
I don't think I agree with Double. I don't think they're willing to lose United IHG Aeroplan high. Like I think those do matter. I don't think 5 years is enough for that to change. 20 years maybe. I don't think 5 is.
it might be aggressive, but like if they can get them on board with being inside the portal and offering more inside the, or like offering whatever inside the portal, like you can already get your United mileage, you can get your mileage plus miles, you can get your spend for PQPs and PQ and like have the PQF in the portal already. And you can do the same with 25K and 35K with Aeroplan. It's getting, and you could have IHG being able to earn and reflect your status in the portal already. Once they get Hyatt inside the portal, like they'll worry more about inside the portal than they will the point transfer.
Right, but they still have to make those partners happy to keep them there.
Yeah.
And I think those partners want that relationship has to be reciprocal. I don't think you can not have transfer partners in 5 years.
No, but I'm sure that they can, if they keep the spend inside of the portal, they might, and they'll get to reflect the status. I think that they will kick back more of the, or take less of a commission than they do already.
Maybe I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a bold. I agree. I think it's bold, but I don't think that the other companies are going to want the relationship that you're presuming that they would have to have for it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a tough thing. I don't love when I get the extra fees, but I get it. Yeah, that is definitely nice.
It's real nice. I don't mind that one bit.
Some of them are.
Some of them definitely are, but price match is on the way. So if you can figure out a good system to make price match work for you, it's going to take a little bit of work, but yeah. And Clinton, while I agree, most people just won't accept it.
Yeah.
We do not think critically. Well, we do not think critically enough to accept that that's what's happening. But yeah.
No. But yeah, it's interesting. I do think portals are going to get a lot more interesting in the next 5 years. That I agree with you on. I think they have to. I could see a world where Amex, their FHR, you get status and all of that reflected. I could see a world where Amex does, if you have a platinum card, it's just how their portal works in general. I don't know if they're going to break from the 5X though. I think it's going to take them some time to break with that 5X.
What, like make it higher, or?
Yeah, to have a higher than 5X in the portal.
They could do something. They could start softening the blow by, once you spend 75,000, make the portal 7.5.
They could. That wouldn't impact me, but they could.
Yep. We'll go back to Samsung in just a second. It's stupid they have both renowned hotels for United cards and Edit for Sapphire. And now United is going to be using JetBlue's back end for the rest of their travel. That's a little bit of a wacky situation right now. Will Chase do something like Schwab Platinum for their own clients, like Statement Credit? They could get wealth management involved. It's sort of surprising that they don't. But you could definitely see something where if you have JP Morgan, if you have the JP Morgan advisors account and you spend and you have some amount of money with that, being able to cash out at 1.1 into that account as an option for your points with like a 1 million point cap, that probably wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah.
I can envision it. I don't know that they want to do it, but I could definitely envision it.
Renowned can be used for one night, so that is a helpful thing. at least 1.5. That would be nice.
Yeah. If you spend enough money with Amex, they might consider it.
Yeah. I need to look at my strategy with portals. Delta has theirs open again for MQDs, so I have to figure out. I have everything through March or through May booked, so I have to figure out the second half of my year.
Don't worry about that. I book all of mine through not Delta.
Yes, but I also have to figure out what I'm doing those months, not just how I'm booking those months.
Fair.
But I do have something new and sparkly on its way towards me to help me get where I'm going, Matt.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So I picked up a Amtrak Premier Preferred whatever card. I got a shiny offer in the mail, and I said, sure, why not? So that is on its way. You want to know, Matt, why this card was in my brain to begin with?
Is it because of me?
No, actually, it had nothing to do with you. I did a trip with my parents to DC. I talked about it, I think, a couple of times. And we took the train down. We took Amtrak down, which was lovely. We came through New York City. It was great. There is a lounge in New York City, Matt. There's a lounge in New York City, and I didn't have access to it. Now, I could have paid for it. I could have, it's like $35. It's fine.
Really cheap to get it too.
Yeah. But I did not have access. I was in a place with a lounge, Matt, and I didn't have access to the lounge. Do you know how, weird it is not to have access to a lounge when you're used to every time you travel, there is a lounge for you to have access to? So I was like, no, this shall not stand. I must have points to always be able to lounge it up.
Yeah. That is a silly reason to get a card.
I mean, the reason is because I wanted the points because I want to use Amtrak more. However, the reason the card was in my brain was because of
you couldn't
said
get it.
station. I was standing there drinking a cappuccino, looking up at the lounge, where the lounge is, going, I must find a way. And I must know the lounge here.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. This is where Robinhood is going to take customers, do something like that. 500K net worth people, those individuals get no perks from banks at all. A problem to be solved there. Yeah, but the Robinhood Platinum card isn't going to be the way to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I understand that they're going to try to cater to this market and have fun with that. Bank of America has a better system. Even with the nerfs coming to that system, they treat you better. I don't, but I can see where Robinhood has the aspirations. They do have that crappy reputation. Philmo, you're still going to apply for a card. We know you're going to apply for a card. I am an agent of credit card application chaos for other people who aren't me.
Yes. I can't wait to see you wear the Metcoon shirt. I am so excited about that.
Soon. Used to ride to college, miss those days. I live not far from an Amtrak station. I live theoretically not far from 4 Amtrak stations, but I'm intrigued by Amtrak. I want to see them become a transfer partner with somebody, but the person who could set that up, I guess, got fired by Doge because they don't answer the phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that is not a great reason. I will co-sign that.
If Spirit was healthy, getting the card and the companion pass would be fine.
No, I'm very much looking forward to And I think I got a 0 APR offer on it too. So yay. Always nice.
Go FMBO. Gabby, with the Hyatt nerf and City losing 1-2 and 1-4 on choice and I prefer, is there a case to make that Wells Fargo is now the best transferable option for hotels with 1-2 choice and Wyndham? Best option. Okay. You can make the argument that they're the most valuable. They're now the most valuable hotel transfer currency. The most valuable currencies for hotel transfers. Mostly because you can guarantee like 1.3, 1.4, since 1 cent gets you 1 point gets you 2 points, and their points are between 0.65. We'll say between 0.65 and 0.7 cent per point. The problem's going to be for a lot of people is I have to choose to go to choice or use my choice points for I prefer. Now, it's still probably better to go through choice for well, yes and no. It's probably a better overall value, but you have to talk people out of going to Hyatt. You have to talk people out of going to Marriott. You have to talk people out of going to Hilton. Value-wise, the argument is strong. The hotel chains themselves, like I'm not going out of my way to go to choice. I'm not going out of my way to go to Wyndham's, but it is now definitely something to consider in the conversation, especially if you're somebody like Dugras. And I'm sure when Dugras does his live on Saturday morning, like his probable topic this week, and Dugras, if you're here, I'm not trying to spoil the fun, but his probable topic for this week is going to be, is Wells Fargo the play for me now? Because Dugras wants as little money coming out of his travel budget, his side travel budget, as possible. City going down to 1-2 I prefer is sort of a nothing burger for him, but Wells now picking up 1-2 on both Wyndham, a program that he is willing to use from time to time, and Choice, a program that he doesn't mind using from time to time. He's got solid value there, and like he will argue that Wells Fargo for him probably works a lot better than for other places, than for other creators. The other creator that I think this could make a fair amount of sense for would be John R. John likes to state that the way that he handles things in hotels, because when he travels, he likes to go out. He doesn't focus on the hotel stay. He's at the hotel to sleep, shower, other things, but he's not there to be in the hotel.
Right.
For that style of traveler, this should be a brand new opportunity to pursue.
I think it's widely going to depend on a couple of things, right? Like if you just don't like Choice and I prefer whatever, like if you've just had bad experience there or just don't like Wyndham, like it doesn't matter if it's 1-2 or 1-4 or 1-24, right? Like you can't I have a hard time calling anything the best transferable currency for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Because if you told Lonnie he now gets 1-2 for Choice and Wyndham, he'll be like, cool, I'm gonna go stay over at that Intercontinental or that Kimpton or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I think, is it more valuable to the people that it was already somewhat valuable for? Yes. If you were an edge case, is it a play now that could be really good for you, like Dugras? Yeah. But I think calling anything the best X is a hard sell simply because how individualized travel is, right? Like Hyatt is still, even after their so-called nerf, Hyatt is still valuable, right? Like Hyatt is still incredibly valuable. I think people are far out overblowing how much it got nerfed. I don't particularly stay at Hyatts simply because they're not as convenient to where I'm staying, right? I have 62,000 Hyatt points to use that I will use, but that is not something that I'm like, that does not bring in me as much value. If I had 62,000 IHG points, that is much easier for me to burn. So calling anything the best, I think, does become somewhat difficult. I agree, as I'm trying to find the comment, getting Cambrias for 10 to 15 is great.
Yeah.
Like, that is great. But there has to be a Cambria there. And it has to be, the type of room you want. If you're somebody who travels with a kid, like, some of these hotels are great, but if they don't have the specific type of room you need, it doesn't matter how many points they are.
Choice, at least with choice there with the Cambria, like all the point, regardless of what room it is, they're all the same price in the hotel, in that hotel, which is
Yes.
great.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of their thing. And I'm not saying these are bad programs. I'm just saying they're not, if IHG went 1 to 2 with everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, that would be different. If Marriott went 1 to 2 with anybody, I think that would be more beneficial to more people. I think this is great for the people it's great for. If you were on the fence before, I think this could be really good for you, but I hesitate to call it the best. I hesitate to call most things the best for everybody.
Yep. No, because it's all subjective and it's all dependent on the way that we play. Sleepy, I will give you this much on your question. They're headquartered in Asia. That is as vague as I can get. Filmo, out of New York City, sure, because you're going to the Port Authority, but the Port Authority isn't really a lounge. That's more the gate to hell. Wells Fargo Beyond Autograph Beyond. Nothing on the timeline right now. Your best bet is going to be the $95 Premier version of the Journey. That requires opening a Wells Fargo Premier banking account, having a Wells Fargo Premier banking account. They invited my sister, so like I think they're going to be relatively open to let anyone in the door. And getting the $95 version of that, it's still the same as the Journey, but it comes with Visa Infinite protections and all things Visa Infinite. That's going to be your best bet right now. And 10 times choice and Wyndham points for hotel stays.
That is definitely a play. I don't know. I don't usually have a ton of problems with hotel points. It tends to be acquiring enough airline points for me.
Any chance Wells could get Caesar rewards, assuming Wyndham? So none of the big MGM doesn't have direct transfer partner relationships with any of the banks. Caesars currently doesn't. I mean, MGM and Caesars both have credit cards. I think both are actually issued by FNBO, which is funny. Any chance of it? I mean, there's always a chance, but I don't know. Like, your best bet right now is just going to be transferring 15,000 points over to Wyndham, and you can move those 30,000 points, since the cap right now is 30,000 points. That relationship between Wyndham and Caesars is still going on, so that's fine. You can get your $300 of whatever Caesars by way of Wells, but you can only do that like once a year. Wells getting Caesars directly, maybe. I kind of want to see what the rest of the year looks like. I haven't heard of anything else after the other transfer partner they're supposed to launch this month. It's been quiet, but that doesn't mean that it's going to stay quiet. Interesting play, Filma. Was one of them the one at Disney?
We do not live in the most summity area of the country, I think is a way to put it.
If I was more engaged in the Alaska program, I would certainly pick up the Summit. I've thought about it, but I don't spend enough time internationally to justify getting the card for the 3x foreign travel for the 3x foreign spend. But it's definitely a strong card. If I flew to Seattle more, or I flew to the West Coast more, or I flew to Asia more, I would absolutely pick up the Summit. But I don't have a use case for it now. But if my use case were to change, or I changed employers and I got to travel more, it would certainly be a card that would be of interest. Wells Fargo beat Chase. They got Wyndham 1-2. Chase got them 1-1. Seems like Wells Fargo points are more valuable than Chase.
I'm not
If Wyndham
sure
is
that's
your
how
play,
if Wyndham is your play, absolutely.
yeah. If Wyndham and Caesars can be a play for you, getting that $300 in value from 15,000 from like 15,000 points, if that can play well for you for Caesars and do things with Caesars, great. I do like that Wells got Wyndham 1-2. I knew that Wyndham was coming. I didn't know that 1-2 was coming. Like when I found out from the person I find these things out from, they were like, "Yeah, it looks like it'll just be 1-1." But yeah, it's intriguing that they got it. I don't know that I would say that Wells Fargo points are more valuable than Chase, but I don't think that they're valueless either.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great. I just don't AA myself.
My problem is I live in the world of hubs, so like I can just spin a wheel and kind of go wherever I want to go.
I am so jealous because I would be so happy that, like, if my home airport was just LaGuardia, I mean, outside of their like week and a half of issues, I would be so happy, and it's not, and I'm sad. That is a contender. They are in Asia. I have heard that Japan Airlines isn't in fact in Asia.
Are they though? So the answer has been mentioned, but I'm not going to confirm who said it.
I fucking hope not.
Like,
they're a scourge upon so many things.
So, including curating homes for points and earning and rehab. No. Well, so Chase just added plum guides into their travel portal. That is sort of like Airbnb, but I don't think any of them are ever going to add Airbnb specifically. And Airbnb is trying to get out of the house play. Like they're so far beyond the private house, like somebody's actual home. That is a big minority of the number of in terms of that. But like, if you want to make that play, Marriott has their homes and villas. Hyatt has a vacation home type deal. So you can already exchange your points and you can earn your points for those stays. But I don't think that you're going to see too many ecosystems do that.
That would be helpful. I still think they could make their portal awesome and not need another transfer partner to launch the Beyond. If they made their portal a central feature, again, that would require them to do some work on the back end. But I think they could do it.
Who's to say that isn't happening?
Maccoon. I can't wait to see the Maccoon while wearing the Maccoon shirt.
How's the CSR working for me? It's fine. I've gotten $300 out of the StubHub credit. I've gotten $300 out of the dining credit. I don't like the way I got the $300 out of the dining credit, but I got $300 out of the dining credit. I will go to restaurants when I can. I need them to expand the restaurant options significantly, though. Like, I'm still pissed about the restaurants because it's 400 compared to if they had bought Talk, having at least 7,000 in the freaking bank.
Yeah.
And they can't even buy OpenTable because OpenTable is owned by Booking.com. So that play is gone. Most people aren't using 80% of transfer partners. Yes. But overall, it's fine. I've gotten $600 already before I pay the $795 annual fee. That charge hit on the 28th of March. So that is due this month. I am going to keep it for another year. I've gotten that $600. I haven't used the edit yet, but I can still make an edit play and the select hotel play very easily and extract another $750. I use DoorDash credits the way that they're intended. So I just, take $10 off my bill when I buy groceries. I earn 3 times points on groceries, guys, on a card that doesn't earn 3 times points on groceries. Like, I live with it. And I get the extra $5. The Lyft credit is great for 1 or 2 rides a month. But yeah, it's fine. CSR is easily worth it in my opinion. If you can naturally do a single edit stay at an IHG, you can book a Kimpton through the edit for 2 nights. Let's say that Kimpton is what, $600. You have the edit credit and the select hotel credit on that reservation that stacks. You've gotten that for $500. You spend $100 out of pocket for a 2-night stay at the Kimpton.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you're only doing a hotel stay to get the credit, have you actually gained anything? Also, Keith, you asked me if I had stayed at the Hotel Saranac. I have not yet. It is on my list of hotels I want to go to. I couldn't find your comment, but I did see you ask me that. It's supposed to be great. But no, like, I totally get what you guys are saying. But if like you're just doing the stay to do the stay, you're not actually like quote saving it.
Well, when I do the Kimpton Taconic, which is my ideal to do the 4 nights there, it is a getaway for myself and hopefully my partner. And
yes, which would be great for you.
Away.
Oh no, I think if you use it to actually do a trip that you would have spent money on, but some people are using it just on a random thing that they would not have done otherwise. I don't know if I would consider that like actually quote saving money.
So I'd put it this way: if I was going to Chicago, right, the Kimpton Gray in Chicago is another option. If I wanted to do 2 nights at the Kimpton Gray, because my credit card affords me the ability to do that on a relative, like at a very big discount, I would prioritize the Kimpton Gray for a trip that I'm already doing.
Right, and I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that you're not saving money. I'm saying if like you went to the city because you had to use the credit and only had a week left to use the credit, and you weren't planning to use it.
Oh yeah.
So you do like that. I don't actually think people who do that are saving money. I think they're just using the credit to use the credit and thinking they are.
Yeah, which is why the FNC burns so much. Gosh,
I don't know the answer to this.
We still don't know if that select hotel credit is just for 1 year, right? I still think is one more time. So the way that the select hotel credit is written, it is written for 2026 currently, like it's set to expire on December 31st of 2026. However, what I think that Chase is setting up to do is continue doing this credit into next year, but I think that they're going to rotate out the select hotel partners. So this year it's IHG, it's Omni, it's Minor, Virgin, and NH hotels. NH and Minor are both part of GHA, so there are other GHA brands that they could highlight through the edit. Whether or not they do Omni for another year is whatever. They could do Hyatt next year as a select hotel partner for $250. They could do Marriott potentially. How likely is that? probably not very, but like the select hotel credit, I think will be a yearly thing. But they'll probably announce it in like September, October for what the next year's hotels will be. But I think that you're going to see that going forward.
Yeah. Which honestly, it might be a good, like, I know you hate the Freedom Flex, but like that's a great way to get named for that. Yeah.
As a points discount, it allows me to be closer to where I am since limited. Yeah. And points boost can definitely help.
Yeah.
Um,
I totally knew you said natural. I was just saying because people do that all the time. At least I see you see the stories on Reddit of like I did X and I got, $700 back and I'm like, "But did you? Did you really?"
yeah.
Matt's favorite credit card.
Yeah. No, home rentals and that category will definitely trigger on the custom cash. I know that it works for the autograph for 3%. I think it works for the autograph journey. I don't remember. But you're starting to see some of those get added into some of the travel portals as well. Like the Chase Travel Portal is adding home rentals, but they're not doing, Jim Bob's shack. They're doing like an actual managed property.
Jim Bob Shack sounds like a hot dog place in the Adirondacks.
Yeah. Honestly, rotating select hotel credit is kind of smart. They can find the partners that are willing to give a 250 for much less cost to chase. Yeah. And you've got tons of GHA brands that you could play with. You've got Jamaria that you could play with if you really wanted to go way upscale. You could do Mondarian Orient. You could do the Four Seasons. Theoretically. You could do Glass Circle. You could do a whole bunch of options across the board. So yeah. I think a 2x catch-all. I have a feeling they'll make the Freedom Unlimited 2x and give it like one or two other categories, but you're going to trade. You're going to have to deal with like 5% in the travel portal, 3% on drugstores and dining, and 2x everywhere else, which I would be fine with. I don't think. Well, actually, I don't think you get 3% categories. I think you get 2%, 3% category. Maybe they let you choose it. I don't know, but like.
But here's the thing. Like, I think a 2x catch-all would be great. Like, I think they should do it. I am pro them doing a 2x catch-all, right? They still have a 1.5. Most people who spend through the Freedom Unlimited are not actually losing all of that much. Again, I think they should do it. I am pro them doing it. It is not that much. Yes. Your Crane Barrel card just makes you so happy, Keith.
I have put far more spend on my I've just been putting I've been using my my Freedom Unlimited as a catch-all lately. I say that with the active cash earn as a flat 2x earning card in my wallet.
Yeah.
But
like, again, I think they should. Yep. I do. But most people do not spend nearly enough where 1.5 versus 2 functionally matters.
Yeah, I feel like the crossover there is somewhere around 15K in spend. Like if you spend 15K, you're better off with the 2x. But like, if they could kill that contract, I'd be very happy.
I have many states left to visit. I think I'm up to 12, though so I've taken up photography as like a thing. So now I want to do a photograph from all 50 states, which means I kind of have to start over. Though I got New York, so we're good there.
Yeah, I've got 20 left. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, so the Grogu Mandalorian question, I could take it or leave it. Although the drive-in movie theater that is near my partner's house is reopening this summer, so I might, maybe, possibly, we'll see.
I don't Star Wars, I Star Trek.
Also that.
I don't know. I very rarely have choice paralysis when it comes to my cards, but I'm either using a co-brand or using an card. I will occasionally use a cashback card, but like I don't know. I don't tend to get the choice paralysis because most of the time a single individual choice is not going to matter. If I get, if I only get 1x on my, Whopper or whatever, it's not going to make or break my vacation, right? Like if I'm at all in doubt and I just pull up whatever the card is in my Apple Wallet that's first, it's not going to have such downstream effects that I'm completely SOL, as long as my overall strategy is somewhat coherent.
Yay, everything closed properly. Who the hell went to ShopRite on the 14th? Whatever. It's
Um,
fine. Oh, it tells me. That's fine.
yeah, like things where I definitely want protection. That's if I need protection on it more than I care about anything else, it's going on my platinum. Like I
Yeah.
don't care if I'm getting 1x. I have the platinum for a reason. That is one of those reasons. Like especially because my catch-all in theory is my Blue Business Plus, which means it's a business card. Like there are things I just don't want on a business card.
Oh
Yes, the
no.
CFU is a 3x dining card as well. And
Yes.
as it should be because it's a chase card.
They can swap out some of those 3x categories. Like all of the cards having the same 3x categories is a little unsightly. Have you noticed that when you go into your Amex app to pay your bill, they've introduced pay and plan, a new way to pay down your statement balance?
I have not. I need to take a look at that. I just haven't played with it. I've been
So
mostly looking for coffee.
that's
Why
fair.
don't you share your app, Matt, and we'll all take a look at your statement.
No, I don't necessarily want to put my full statement up. Thank you very much. But like my statement is a shade under $1,400.
Okay.
Um, I have the option to pay $68.36 now, pay at least $68.36 today, and put the rest of your statement balance into a monthly payment plan with a fixed fee using Planet.
I mean, they've had Planet for a long time, but it's been on individual
Yeah, unlike
things. It hasn't been on like the collective.
well now it is. To which I say, get the fuck away from me, never show me this again.
Yeah, like I'm of two minds, right? Like if somebody needs something for an emergency, I'm glad they have the option. On the other hand, probably not the best option.
Yeah.
Amex did bring it back, so I can now refer people for personal cards again. For a little while, I couldn't. So
I
that's
mean,
nice.
up to 5 referrals per card.
No, for a while, I just like I did not have the option to refer personal cards, only business.
No, oh, whoa. Okay. All right. So I have set up my payment. um, having to tell my partner, hey, don't use that card for like until the 15th. Well, don't use that card until after the 15th.
Also, Clinton, I have 5x member reward points up to $50,000 for cruises. So if you do Oceania Cruise, hit me up and we'll talk because I will not be using them.
Laundering the points.
Yeah. Point laundering. We do not Stack Your Points does not condone point laundering.
So
Amex, don't
yeah,
shut me down. Don't do to me what you did to Kid, please.
yeah. I did book a transatlantic in late 2027. There you go.
There we go.
I have now officially hit 100,000 points on Rove.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Over the road. It's cool. It's chill. Yes.
That's our official disclosure.
Yeah. I will also have Rove merch for the next live. I will potentially be wearing Rove merch on the next live.
I can't wait for the show you do where you're wearing both Rove and Stack Your Points merch. It's going to be great.
Oh, Carissa was like, "Oh yeah, you need to wear it at the next meetup." I was like, "When is the next meetup?"
I know that they sent people. I don't know who they sent because I don't really follow it, but they have Coachella select merchandise only as a thing for Amex right now.
Oh, not great.
Because everybody and it's in store only. Hotels.com right now for prepaid is 10x member points. It almost makes me want to use hotels.com. Almost.
Won't get you any point. Well, no, you get 3x points on your.
I'd get 13x. Because I'd get 3x on the green, and then I'd get the 10x extra points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there.
But it's only $1,000, like up to $1,000, because it's up to 10,000 points.
I just love finding out that all of those extra booking sites, regardless of which ones they are all split between two companies. It's either Booking or
yeah. Yeah, it's all a monopoly or duopoly.
Airbnb is the sole exception. Airbnb owns Hotels Tonight and like one or two other companies, but like they pale in comparison to Expedia Group and Booking.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if Priceline was owned by one of the two.
Whoppers are pretty good. I will say, though, I do like a Baconator from Wendy's.
Guys, I'm going to borrow from Phil Hates Gluten, the Facebook channel. Wendy's, make it gluten-free. Make it gluten-free.
The Baconator is really good.
Make it gluten-free. Come on.
Do they have any gluten-free options? Like at all?
Wendy's is actually my best option because I have the chili and I have the baked potato.
Oh, yeah. You can do a baked potato with chili on top of it. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Their fries are gluten-free, so you can also do the fries, the chili cheese fries and Baconator fries if you so choose.
Yeah, because they don't have anything else that they fry that would have gluten in them, right? Like they're not doing like chicken fingers or anything.
They have nuggets, but like cross-contamination is an issue for me. Like they don't coat the fries in anything that would cause me issues. So Wendy's is one of my better options for gluten-free. My next best options are things like Five Guys, where I just don't order a bun. But that sucks. Smashburger does do a gluten-free bun. SJDP, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, sir.
Smashburger is definitely a great option. Jersey Mike's will do an Udi baguette, which is fine. And then it's like ordering, and I could order a Whopper without the bun. What's the fucking point?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's Five Guys fries are very good.
They're very floppy. That's my only complaint. They give you enough of them so you don't worry about the floppiness, but they are very floppy.
I do like a Five Guys hot dog.
I've never had.
It's good.
It's fair. But I don't want to order the hot dog without a bun.
Mm-hmm.
I barely accept.
Yeah, I could see.
So, a burger and fries at Five Guys. 1 burger and fries, no, but 2 burgers and a large fry can get up to quite a bit, like uncomfortably close to $50. And if you throw a milkshake in there, forget it. And the free quarterly Whopper via the Walmart Plus is an option.
You know,
Yeah, that's essentially what Five Guys will do. I think protein style is wrapped in a lettuce wrap. It is definitely a means to do it. And yeah, the Five Guys does do a lot of like, since they try to make everything like nothing there is frozen. It's not brought in frozen. It's all brought in fresh. Like the cost analysis it's surprisingly shocking how like close it is to feasible. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but like it's not bad. I would have to go to an In-N-Out, which I'm not completely opposed to. A lot of my problem though is like for me growing up, the burger was always
handheld.
delivery, handheld. I don't like the concept of eating with a fork and knife, and the indignity at Five Guys is you get a little metal tray, which is fine. You get your two patties. I usually order 3 with the cheese and the bacon, and they just kind of like slap the rest of the stuff in there for you. If you order a sauce, the sauce comes in a little container for you, and all of that. Do they secure the little metal tray that they give you?
I'm gonna say no with the way you're acting.
No, you just get a little piece of foil put on top. They can't afford just like they went out and they bought the little foil from whatever takeaway plate, like whatever takeaway supplier, which is great. They didn't afford to buy the top and like crimp it for you. So they just slap one of their pieces of aluminum foil on top, and like you have to hope that nothing goes wrong. If I'm in an area with an In-N-Out, I will give protein style a try, but like I want to go to George Motz's hamburger restaurant in the city. I really want to go to that restaurant. I can't because there's no gluten-free option. And I understand why there's no gluten-free option. I absolutely understand why there's no gluten-free option. But I desperately want to try those burgers, and I cannot.
I mean, you could. It's just gonna really fucking hurt.
Yeah, and I don't really want to do that. Yeah, the Oklahoma onion burger that he sells looks amazing. I cannot. When I was in the hospital at Ohio State for my transplant, November, my made a judgment. It took everything I had not to go to Wendy's. OSU Hospital has a Wendy's in the hospital close at 3 a.m. every day. Yeah. You know, depends. Just get a steak somewhere else. This sounds suboptimal for burgers. Yeah, there's also that.
So I am looking right now at Five Guys for a bacon burger, a fry, and a milkshake. Where I am before taxes or whatever is $23.87.
Oh, that's not terrible.
A Wendy's combo for a Baconator with a Frosty and fries is $20.16.
Go to Five Guys.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like
difference there. Yeah, go to Five Guys.
But that's what I mean. It's like fast food is becoming this thing that we used to have as cheap. It's not cheap anymore. Like if you get a combo or whatever, it is not cheap anymore.
Yo. Au Cheval, to be fair, those are way different burger. Au Cheval? I've never heard of Au Cheval. Au Cheval sounds like they would do a French onion soup burger.
Roasted bone marrow salad. That is quite a range of food in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fast food is insane.
Ooh, Chillicothe. Nothing wrong with Chillicothe. It's a luxury now. Yeah, it is definitely a luxury. And fast casual has priced themselves out of people's budgets. They certainly have. Like I don't go to a lot of fast food places anymore. when I do, I'm either not ordering for me and I'm saving myself a meal, um, or like I just pick the things that will, like, I get a chili, which is going to be about $6. I get the baked potato, which is about $3, and I get the large diet Coke, which is also going to be about $3 to $4. Like, I am the cheapest person when I go to Wendy's, but the combo meal, the child's meal, the whatever else gets added in, nope.
Yeah, like you can get sit down food now, and it's cheaper or just about as much as going to Wendy's or Burger King or whatever.
Yeah, most times when I go to a diner, it's about $20 a plate now.
It's $11 when I go get pancakes and coffee on Saturday. That's usually my Saturday thing, is I go get pancakes and coffee before I go do whatever, and it's $11.
Keith also not wrong with GLP-1s have made fast food, fast casual demand go down quite a bit. Although,
Yes.
like,
I think the pricing, I think, has made it worse because, like, if you think about it, right? You, your partner, and your kid go get food, that's $100 or very close to it.
yeah. Oh no, a
Like,
diner trip for me is a good 70-75 bucks, and that's a diner.
when
Um,
I was a kid, McDonald's had like you could get an entire meal for under $5. Like
yeah.
sandwich, fries, drink. Like you were set.
Yep. 7 or more batters, free combo jack with the Islanders do something like if they score 6 goals in a game, you get free chili at Wendy's or something like that, at an area Wendy's or something like that. Don't forget the cost to drive there. Yup. I desperately need an electric vehicle at this point.
Electric vehicles are great. I have one. Highly recommend.
I want 5 goals, 10 goals is double chili. That's right. Okay, I forgot about 5 goals. I mean, hockey doesn't exist anymore. It's fine.
Yeah. You can like go and get like a quote real meal.
Yeah. Or even at like the thumbs up to anyone who understands the double chili reference. Yeah, I remember. Did I ever? I think part of it was you had to show your tickets from the game that you were at. But yeah, I just have to find the electric vehicle that is going to make me happy. Because I can tell you this much
Yeah.
right now, is not going to be the Nissan Leaf. I am not built for that
No.
car.
Honestly, we have an EV6. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yep. A double, not an issue for the Wells Fargo autograph.
I really wish that Amex would
Or
do
the
this.
Stratus.
Even if like I really wish they I want the Mach-E. The Mach-E seems so cool. Like it's just cool. I also
Well,
love
and it's
Mustangs in general, so
just the problem is, like, the only way I can really afford one right now is if I buy it from a rental car company. Although, please hold.
Matt's going on Carvana.
Fuck that. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go buy from another evil person.
Oh God. Let's see. Let's see how much if I spec'd out a Mach-E. Let's see how much this would be.
About 75.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be less than that.
Oh, you're not going for the GP1 or the California Route 1 edition?
I don't need the rally. Let's start at the premium and see where we go. Yeah, we need another. RJ just got a card. RJ got the the Amtrak card. RJ doesn't need another card right now.
I'm pretty sure I'm radioactive to Wells Fargo right now. Well, you should work on that because it's very much worth getting their cards now. In the Bossy Potvin Dynasty days, they thumped the Rangers one night 10-5 while sitting on 9 at the sold out Coliseum and chanting double chili. And Denny Potvin scored the 10th goal to make it happen. Well, that's because Denny Potvin was the GOAT. And for as great a goal scorer as Matthews and Ovechkin and McJesus are, had it not been for his degenerative back, Bossy would probably have been at the top of the goal scoring for his career. So there is a used 2022 Mustang Mach-E. It's the rear-wheel drive version, so that sucks. It's only got 32,000 miles on it. It's based in Los Angeles, California. It would cost me an extra $2,400 to transfer the dang thing, but $24,569.
I just spec'd out a Mach-E and it's 52.
Okay.
So far below the $75,000 that Matt thought I was going to spend.
Let's see. Easy.
Wells Fargo would laugh if I applied. I don't even know if they'd process it. They'd just laugh.
Y'all want to get around some of the Wells Fargo rules? Here's the only tip I will give you. Open a Wells Fargo checking account. Do whatever you have to do to not have to pay the fee every month and just have a Wells Fargo checking account. Any relationship with Wells Fargo will probably help you more than anything.
I got the extended range rear wheel drive. Like I put that down and it was only 52. I was pleased, but we don't need another car. Though my parents are getting rid of their Jeep. That thing has been a pain in the ass.
Let's go to the worst of the car rental companies to buy a
Hertz?
car. Up.
They have sort of a 524 rule.
It's sort of one. It's not the craziest. Like, they won't say it's a 524 rule, but everyone I've seen who's gotten rejected, it's been a 524 rule.
Hey, Civics are great.
So the Mach-E is just across the board because they're only selling 23s. In their horrible Hertz paint job for them, they're all 40.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But they're all the GT. So that's not awful. And Clinton got a Wells Fargo card with no other relationship. So there you go. It's fine.
Like there are ways. Like I got the Wells Fargo choice card. I don't like have it anymore, but I had it.
Yeah.
The Enterprise one, you can find one with cars under $400 a month for a payment. That is one of the first options they show you when you log on.
Enterprise was the first one I went to. It's fine. Not my favorite. Well, of the what do you call it? It's probably my favorite of the rental car companies, but
Now, you can get a used 23 Mustang EcoBoost premium convertible for just a tick under $25,000.
Yeah, but it's convertible. Is it a 4-seat convertible?
I mean, it's a Mustang. Do you care?
I have to now.
I think it has seats in the back, maybe. Just put the kid in the trunk. It's fine.
It's not going to fly.
20. Yes, there are seats in the back.
SEL. Okay, maybe that works. 22 Ford Edge SEL, $28,937. It's green, so that sucks.
Yeah, Enterprise is who I usually rent from.
wonder if National sells cars.
I don't know. I like this Mustang though. I don't want a gas car, but I like the Mustang.
No, since National owns Enterprise, it's just Enterprise car sales. It's fine. It's whatever.
Does National own Enterprise or does Enterprise own National?
They're all the same company. It's Enterprise, okay. National, and what is their budget brand?
You can get a used 2022 F-150 Lightning for under $23,000.
What? I should absolutely be that guy. You can use your National Emeralds membership to log on to Enterprise, and then they give you a small extra discount for that. That's good to know because I have National Executive, or you can get National Executive relatively easily with your credit cards. Look, while they can just sit on the hood, I don't know that I can get away with them just sitting on the hood. Fords are surprisingly long-lasting, so high mileage might not be as bad as high mileage Mach-E at 14,000. Okay. 10% down, finance the rest. That would be $1,400. Or if they allow me to put it on a credit card, open up a card for a welcome offer, and boom, finance the rest.
There you go.
I also have never had any issues with Enterprise.
I have not.
I haven't had.
I do.
What?
I said I have not either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had no issues with Enterprise. I've had no issues with National. I haven't had issues with Hertz, but that's also before Hertz became like, we will charge you for everything.
Yeah, I won't use Hertz.
Yeah. So I avoid Hertz as much as I can. Avis is also fine. And Avis has Alamo and Budget under their brand, I think. But yeah, I avoid Hertz, I avoid Thrifty.
2022 Ford Mustang Mach-E, rear-wheel drive, 31,000 miles, 24. Okay. It's not bad.
Not bad. So they're coming down.
It's in Syracuse.
Gotta go to Syracuse.
Oh, sorry. Transfer from LA to Syracuse. We actually might have looked at the same car.
Got like a $2,400 transfer fee or something.
Yeah. The problem with getting older electrics is the batteries can somewhat degrade.
Yeah, that's my only issue with a potential high mileage car. High mileage battery, high mileage electric. I also don't know what the battery life is going to look like. But if I'm looking at like a 22, anything between 20 and 26. And
24 Kia long range EV6, 12,000 miles for 28K. It's not bad.
Terrible. But I will get like I will probably buy another Ford Ice car just because the Edge that we have is approaching 300,000 miles, and like having an engine last to 300,000 miles is insane on a Ford. So
yeah,
that's the only reason why I'd look at another Ford. My partner is the one who would be using the car more, but she's now her commute is now that it's such that like she could get away with a hybrid easily, but not an electric because an electric's still too expensive for the ride that she does, and there's nowhere to charge it where she lives. And installing a charger on her house is insane.
You can get a trickle charger. It takes overnight to charge it, but as long as you plug it in at night, it's fine.
You're telling that to the OCD, to the potential owner who has OCD, ADHD, and barely remembers to take their pills? No.
Okay, that's fair. Those are, you know what? I gotcha.
Yeah. I would remember to charge it in, plug it in. Them, not so much.
Just tell the kid she'll get extra Christmas presents if she reminds mommy to plug the car in every night. I'm sure that'll go fine.
So you can get a good idea of how much you have left. Yeah. I'm just curious because I don't know. I know that the Mach-E is at least 5 years old in terms of like when it was introduced. What
Mhm.
is like, does Ford have a battery replacement program for it? Like, what happens when the batteries go? And I understand that like the
There
battery,
is a way to replace them.
yeah. Um, and part of like what made maintenance sort of like an intriguing thing where like the only thing you'd have to replace is the batteries, is that like you just have to take them out. Um, yes, and that's solid. I don't have the ability to do that, but yeah, I can hope to make it work. I would love an electric car, but we'll see.
A reliable vehicle beats anything else.
Also, that I mean, I could get my partner up hybrid, no problem.
Hybrids are nice because if she does forget to do something,
Yeah,
you always have gas.
yeah.
It takes some of that out, some of the stress out.
Yep. 8 years or 80,000 miles is a minimum, I think, on almost all EVs now produced. Okay, so that's not bad. 8 years, 8 years isn't bad at all because so like those 22 um, Mach-E's that are getting sold, those still have at least 4 years left on them. But at $6,000 a year, that's kind of annoying. But
Yeah.
not bad. Um, though that does kind of, what do you call it, with the that does give me pause with the high mileage ones.
Yeah. I think it's, some of it's you just have to test it out and, do due diligence like any car.
Yeah. We'll see. I've been like lucky that for the last like 3 years, 4 years, I haven't needed a car since I totaled my Fusion, but kind of getting time that I actually look into a car because we're supposed to go back to the office 2 days a month starting in June, and I have to
Oh
guarantee that I
boy,
do that. What? Oh, back to the
going back to
office.
the office.
I'm less than thrilled about it, but like I would also like if I change jobs. One, I don't know that I can change jobs right now. I obviously could change jobs, but like where I want to go, I don't know that that's plausible.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. New York's not bad as somebody in New York. New York isn't bad, but it definitely does cut in the winter.
Yeah, it's not
But you're still gonna get
terrible.
200 on like I get almost 400 in the summer. I'm about 250 in the winter.
Yeah,
So some of it's just, knowing where the chargers are.
they're getting easier to find in New York for sure.
Oh yeah, they're not. Electrify America, baby. Like they're not bad. We have about
Yeah,
51 on ours.
and Keith doesn't live too far from me. Um, but yeah, we do have there's definitely options.
Yeah. It's finding a good car at the right price that isn't beat to hell.
That is kind of the problem. That is always the problem. I haven't gone car searching in a long time, but like I have an idea of. Well, I'd have to get not have to, but like I'd prefer a used car because I don't feel like paying 40. But for a used car, I do want to pay, like, I'm willing to pay the premium of like the extra that you have to pay for a car with less than 50,000 miles. But finding those was a challenge for the longest time.
Yeah, right now is probably not the best time to be car shopping.
But it also hasn't been a good time to car shop in the last 4 years.
This is very true.
Yeah, because it was bad when I totaled my car, and it was really good in the beginning of the pandemic before I needed a new car. As soon as I needed a new car, everything just flipped. It's not going to get better for a while, which sucks.
No.
But like, I am at a point where I do have to purchase at least one vehicle, probably two.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
I'm not loving it. I fucking hate it. Had to.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And McDonald's. So yeah, it's just a rough place to be on that one.
Yes.
I will find something eventually, but like, it's been so long since I cared because the Edge was just carrying me along for so long. But yeah, it's
it depends on what kind of hybrid it is.
Yeah, I haven't noticed that too much, but that doesn't mean that that's not a valid concern.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Is there anything else you would like to talk about this week?
No, I think we're good. I didn't know that I was going to start car shopping again tonight, but apparently I'm going to start car shopping again tonight just to see what's out there. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great. Or just seeing like, hey, an Edge. 26 and 34, but they're both 2024 models. So that ain't bad. Ford does have their own.
Matt, Ford has a credit card.
They do. It's issued by Synchrony now, or yeah, I think it's Synchrony. Yeah, trying to asking a person to ask their mom to ask a friend if any of their older friends for a used car driven once a week for groceries for mileage. Yeah, I haven't gone that route. Like, I have access to my parents' vehicle. My mom can no longer drive. It's probably not safe for my dad to drive that much anymore either. Theoretically, I could take on the payment and just take over the car, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We will be back Monday. If you're a Diamond member, you can watch us live on our channel. We will be doing the show on Wednesday. The show drops for the public. And on Thursday, we will be back here, and Matt will be on sporting some new merch of one flavor or another.
All the flavors.
All the flavors. We're going to get him some Amex hats and some Chase hats, Wells Fargo hats. So whatever company we're talking about, he can just plop the hat on.
Yep. Keith, if you believe that, I got a bridge in the Hudson Valley to sell you.
There's several bridges over the Hudson.
Yes. I would sell the one that you can walk over. It's fine. All right, James, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your night, all. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you again next week. But as always, StackYourPoints.com and Stack Your Points Discord. Enjoy. The walkway bridge, Keith. I'll sell you the walkway. City of Poughkeepsie doesn't know it yet, but like, I have the ability to do that. I got approved to use Waymo. Ooh, as you were leaving the city. Nice.
There you go.
All right.
Bye, guys.